Hi Scorpio, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What I normally do is let flip, fly, or fall anywhere from 5 to 7 tarot cards. Take a look at that. Are we looking at life, love, career, or health? And then clarify with various oracle decks. So let's see what's going on for the first part of July for Scorpios. There's 2. So we've got the 9 of Cups. That could be kind of like a feeling satisfied card in the upright, but you're not feeling satisfied. It's in the reverse cup. So you're feeling like something is lacking. You're not quite in your Empress power. So let's see if we can figure out what is lacking, because we like the fact that the Empress is in the upright position, but if you're not feeling satisfied about something, we need to figure out what it is, what's causing it, why. Are you physically not feeling well? Are you emotionally not feeling well? What's going on? What's going on? Well, at the moment, it feels like very stuck energy because there's not much coming out. Good Lord. Okay, there's one. That would be the Temperance in reverse. So you're feeling a little out of balance about something. Your Empress is feeling out of balance. That would be why you are not feeling satisfied. So I get that way. If I am out of balance on things, I am not happy because I'm either working too much or, you know, it usually has something to do with you all work and no play. Money's not flowing, so you might be stressed out and out of balance with money. More's going out than is coming in. Maybe your emotions are out of whack. Whoa. Tell me. What are we out of balance about? The sun. Well, in Indiana, that could very well be possible because we have had so much rain around here. I mean, there's like jokes going around all over, and maybe it's the same way in the United States all over. I don't know, but that feels like it could be literally like some depression because of lack of sun. So let's see what else is going on. So yeah, that could be weather related. I mean, in parts of the world, it's winter time, so maybe you have seasonal affective disorder and the lack of sun and the gray clouds and whatever are really starting to get you down. Queen of Swords in the reverse position. Yeah, and it's like I feel like I'm hearing, and I don't want to talk about it either. So it's like, you know, something's wrong. You can feel something is off, but for whatever reason, it's kind of like you're just very subdued and you have taken in, you have gone inward. It's like, I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's like, I know I'm not right. I know something's off, but I just don't even know how to formulate the words. So you're kind of processing something at the moment is the feeling. And you're trying to figure out what exactly is it that's off. So it's like the 6 of Wands, if that was in the upright, it would be kind of like you've been kind of fighting off some stuff or whatever. But it's in the reverse position, so you're not fighting, you know, it's kind of, I feel like you're not fighting this going inward feeling. This is, you're out of balance. You know you're out of balance, so you're going within to see if you can figure it out, which is a good place to go. It's like, I'm not talking about it with people. I'm not trying to get other people's opinions. Maybe you're meditating more. You're doing whatever to see if you can figure out what is off all by yourself. So I don't feel like I need any more cards on this one. Yeah, I think we're good. I've got 6. So let's see what emotions, if we can help you figure out what your emotions are. Maybe we can help figure out what's out of balance and help you put your finger on it. What is What is going on with Scorpio's emotions? What's causing them to be out of balance and go within? Well, hopeful in the reverse position. So you're feeling hopeless about something. And this says surprise. So I feel like you're kind of surprised that I feel like I'm like, I was doing so well. And I feel like this kind of came out of left field and you're like kind of in a funk about something. Let me say this. We just started, I read something, the shadow of Mercury retrograde. So we're going backwards, and that might be you're going back to revisit something from the past, something that you thought you had all the details worked out of and maybe cleared that within you, but that might be what's coming up now. Is some old stuff revisiting that needs to be looked at again, because that's what all the retrogrades about, is looking at things about all over again and clearing out the crap. So what else is going on emotionally for you guys? Jealous. That came up in the reverse position. But I feel like it needs to be in the upright position. So something that somebody has triggered you. A relationship that somebody has triggered you. A business opportunity, something that somebody else has. I mean, I feel like it's like envy and jealousy, and you're like, and that's part of what's got you kind of out of whack, is why am I jealous of them? And you're trying to figure out, what do they have that I don't, that I feel like I am missing? And you're going within trying to kind of figure out where this feeling has come from, because it's kind of caught you. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, this is the feeling that I'm getting. It's kind of like you went to, let's say you went to a barbecue or something, and it was supposed to be a great celebration. You know, there's a bunch of people there and everybody's doing their thing, and something was said, and you got this like pang in your heart of jealousy, of like, God, I wish I had that. And it kind of puts you into a little bit of a funk, and you're kind of like, but it doesn't, you don't figure it out like right off the bat. It's kind of like you recognize a couple of days later that you're feeling off, and you're trying to figure out, you know, why am I feeling so off? So I'm doing this on the 25th of June. This is for the first half of July. But this you know what? I mean, maybe something happens on the 4th of July celebration. Whatever the case is, your sunny disposition is kind of out the window. I'm not going to say you're feeling disgusted. You're not disgusted by what's going on. You're just, something's just got you off. It's making you feel off about it. And you're just you're going within trying to figure out, you know, I'm going to recommend, I have a bunch of like teaching meditation, different videos that I have done. And it's under a playlist called Random Teaching Videos. Go through there and look through some of those if you have found yourself in kind of a stit that you don't know where it's coming from, because I went through a bunch of different meditations and kind of went through and healed some stuff, and I talk about a lot of those in those meditations. And so maybe you can go within and figure out what some of that is by watching those videos. Because I talked about self-esteem and fear and how the universe is going to get us fed and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I hit all kinds of random stuff in there. What else? Let's get one more card for you guys on the emotions that you are feeling at the moment. Panicky. I feel like this kind of knocked you off kilter because, like I said, I feel like you were kind of going along pretty good there for a while, and this whatever feeling that cropped up surprised you. I want to say don't panic because I feel like you've taken like a big giant step backwards. I don't think you have taken a big giant step backwards. I think you have just found something that needs to be healed. I think you got triggered, something triggered you, and it's kind of got you on alert, like, oh my God, what's going on? I was doing so good, and I think this is temporary, so don't get all freaked out. I think you're going about it, going within, trying to figure out what it is, because I think if you can figure out what it is, you can heal that and you won't have to deal with that anymore. I don't feel like this is something that's gotten you like way off track and you're like a hopeless cause or case or anything like that. That's not the feeling I'm getting. Let's do some block cards and see if that tells me what's made you jealous, what's triggered you, what has gotten you out of whack, off balance, unsettled, whatever word you want to call it, that's making you feel a little out of sorts. We got some inner child stuff coming up. So something was said or done that made your inner child feel neglected. Understanding. Well, those came out together. So I feel like that's a case of you're not understanding how much of a part your inner child plays in your adult life. So I'm going to suggest going back, if you can, and working on some of that inner child stuff that still affects you occasionally as an adult. And the word neglected, I feel like the word neglected is what I want to say, is like maybe you felt like you were neglected as a child and something's happened that's triggered that. What else is going on as far as that might have been the trigger point for you? Patience. Oh gosh, how many patience comes out a lot for everybody. I think that was something we all had to come into this world and learn. What else may have triggered you that got you out of whack and off balance? That one wanted to come out. Reinvention. So I feel like you were priding yourself in reinventing your life and coming out of the old you and into the new you, and it feels like you took a big, like I said, it makes me feel like you took a big giant step backwards. And you're like, no, I'm like, I was doing so good. What happened? Why am I going back to this place? Why do I have these feelings? I don't know for sure why you're having these feelings, but I can tell you I was having the same shit going on with me yesterday. And I'm like, I was doing really, really good. And something happened and I got all up in my head about things. And fortunately, I woke up better this morning. But, occasionally things do crop up. It might be your stuff. It might be, I've heard Aluna Ash say many times that we are, as light workers, we purge for the collective. So there are a lot of times that I don't know whether I am purging for myself, if this is my crap that I'm dealing with, or if it's other people's crap that I'm dealing with. But the one thing that I want to say, this does not feel like it is something that's going to be around long. It feels like it's 2 days, 3 days. It's just kind of like a little bump in a road, and then you're going to clear it and you're going to be fine. So don't get too freaked out about whatever triggered you. It's not anything to be stressing out about. So hopefully you read this or you watch this before this happens, and when it happens, you'll kind of be like, oh, that's right, she said this was going to happen, and then refocus, and then get your butt back in gear and refocus, and just realize this is short term. You may got off track a little bit, but you'll be okay. So how am I doing? 14 minutes. I'm going to do these. Let's get some last words from the universe about this little detour, emotional detour, an emotional detour, maybe that's what I'll call this, that has you feeling like you took a step backwards. Notice the blessings. Gratitude puts us in a position of having instead of wanting, thanking rather than complaining. When we focus on what we already have and take stock of our blessings, we get more blessings. What are you grateful for? Share it with yourself and others. And maybe that's what happened, is you were feeling a little sorry for yourself and feeling ungrateful, and it was just a temporary thing. So maybe that's what you need to do to refocus, is just get back on track, is start thinking about what you're really, really grateful for instead of what you're not grateful for. And every time something like this comes up to be healed, it's, every time it comes up, it takes a little less time or energy out of your day. And eventually it's not even, something can happen and you can just be over it in a matter of seconds. So keep in mind that you're better than you used to be. Fears aren't facts. Often they're just scary thoughts or feelings. Instead of judging your fears, invite them to tea. Offer them a cookie and have a chat. Listen to what they have to say. When we're courageous enough to be with what scares us, we receive powerful wisdom. Invite your fears to tea. So something that happened put a little fear in you. So fears aren't facts. They're just something coming up to be healed. I already said that. I went that one. It's time to stop procrastinating. Your current obligations and responsibilities can no longer be put off. Chop, chop. It's time to buckle down and do the work. The resolution and abundance you seek requires action. Ignore any naysaying voices. Believe in yourself. You can do this. Procrastination often comes from the fear that you can't. You'll be so relieved and proud when this is behind you. That's the second word of fear card that's come up. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe some fear cropped up and freaked you out, and it's not going to stick around for long, though. Just keep that in mind. One more. Confidence. It takes courage to put your butt on the line and go for it. And the best way to strengthen your confidence is to put yourself out there. Who cares what other people think? Everybody starts somewhere, and don't worry about making mistakes. You can always course correct, but you'll never know or grow unless you try. And the more you do, the more confident and successful you'll become. When you shine, we are all inspired to do the same. So there you have it. I think that will be it for this first half of July. I hopefully will see you guys middle of July. We got Mercury retrograde coming up, and I have a horrible, horrible, horrible time getting readings done when we're in retrograde. When we had retrograde in February, I skipped I think the middle of the month readings, because I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. So I'm contemplating doing that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We're going to see what's going on. Anyway, I will see you when I see you. Later. Bye.